Thursdays are going well. Mine is going swimmingly. Part of what I'm saying that my Thursday is going swimmingly is because it's raining. It's been a let me see. Tomorrow I have a remote day. So allegedly and supposedly I was supposed to be having one remote day per week, as everybody was, and I have not had one yet in almost 3 months. So this is the first time I'm going to be working remotely. That's number one. Hold up, wait a minute. Okay, that's number one. Number two, next week I'm only going to be working for, I think, 2 days out of 5. There's numerous reasons for that. Reason number one, Memorial Day, Monday. Reason number two, on Wednesday, I'm going to be leaving to go to Albany for like a work trip that I talked about earlier. So yeah, and then we don't come back until Thursday evening. So Monday I'm not working, Thursday I'm not working, and Friday I have a conference that I'm going to. So again, work related. So I'm only having 2 official work days next week, which is Tuesday and Wednesday, which then leads me into my probation period at work ending June 3rd. And as soon as my probation ends at work, I'm going to be taking my days off religiously, just to let y'all know. Yeah, I'm tired. Curiosity. Pretty tired. But the good thing is, like, it's a good tired. Like, it's funny because my director keeps asking me, not keeps telling me, but keeps encouraging me not to do too much because they don't want me to feel burnt out. But I can say that for the first time, and I'm saying this honestly, just like I say to that person, I'm saying this to YouTube, where my life and my career doesn't depend on it, and my money flow doesn't depend on this. I'm just being honest. I don't feel burnt out. I feel tired, but I don't feel burnt out. Burnt out is a whole different thing. That's what I have felt for most of the last 10 years. And I've read this in theory before, that when you do things that you do not feel any passion about, that you start to feel emotionally drained. And when you do things that are your passions, you feel tired, but you don't feel burnt out. And that's where I am. Because like, my boss came to me and said, man, you've been doing so much this month. You've been putting together documentation, you've been doing trainings for people, you've been completing your own work, you've been sitting in on high-level meetings that you don't really have to be in, you've been just doing everything and anything and everything that you can. And I said, I don't feel tired though. And they didn't believe me. They were like, no, Mark, you can be honest. And I'm like, I am being honest. That's what shows that somebody doesn't really know me yet, because I am not the person to not tell you that. I will definitely tell you, you're giving me too much, you're doing too much, I'm feeling too tired, I feel overworked, I feel, that's the person that I am, especially in the past probably in the past 3 to 4 years. So for me to actually say that I don't feel burnt out, it's the truth. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is the truth. I do not feel burnt out. Alright, let's see what was deleted today. I always have 3 guesses. Diddy, a racist comment, fried chicken comment, or how it's dark. A, B, C, or D. Let's see. Let me check and see which one. Slave owner. Yeah, so racist. It's one of the 4. You're the next contestant on The Price is Blocked. Your brain is working, so you're tired. And it's crazy because I can't really think of another time in my life where I'm so laser focused on work, but not because my work is not done. Because I'm done, like I'm caught up with all the things that I have to do. But I get home and I think of all the things that I can do, and I think of all the potential opportunities that I can bring myself to. Like this thing that I showed my boss the other day, she was like, when do you even have time to do all this stuff? Because all the things that I have to do for my job title are completed. So it's like, and then still have time to complete all these side projects. I'll give you the answer. Well, I'll give you a couple of answers. Passion. Because unlike maybe some of the other people you might have on staff, I'm passionate about what I'm doing and I'm motivated to get it done. And yeah, I'm passionate, I'm motivated. You can't get tired that way. That's what I've learned. You just can. It's not the typical type of tired. All right, let me see here. Hi, Marshall. Hi, Brandon. Like those things that I have to do next week, if I didn't feel the passion, I would say I would feel tired before I even left. I would be like, I would be like, okay, so Wednesday evening. So Wednesday, I'm going to work all day, 8 hours. And then I'm going to leave my job from there and then be on the road for like 3 to 4 hours to get to Albany. Go there for this day event, come back in the evening. Another 3 to 4 hours drive coming back. And then from there, go to sleep, get up, and then go to this conference, this local conference the next day. So it is a lot. I do have a lot that I'm doing this next week upcoming. But it doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like I want to get there, network, like all the things. All the things. All right. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And hit the notification bell. Thank you, Marshall. Much appreciated. Sorry I'm late. I was watching the 4 chords video. Hi, Ma. We generally only think new thoughts. Like, I forget. It's been a while. 3 to 5% of the day. So when you're doing something new that increases so you're mentally tired, but it's exciting if you like it. That's the whole thing. the extra things that I'm doing are things that I like. The things that make me excited. So it's like for the last 3 weeks to a month, I've gone to bed. I've come home and worked on things that I don't have to work on. And then I've gone to bed and woken up and I'm like, I have to see this through to completion. And that excitement I feel about those work-related things has actually translated into my day-to-day life because, like I mentioned 2 lives ago, or 1 live or 2 lives ago, I can't remember, it got me, I was like, if I can do all this for the job, I can get to cracking on this book. Like, if I can basically write a book worth of stuff for the job, I can finish my book that I started outside of the job. So that book is done. I did choose to outsource for the formatting. Getting a book formatted is not terribly expensive. So as long as that person does the job that I hope that they're going to be able to do and that they've advertised that they can do, that book will be available for publish probably by early next month or middle of next month, one of those two. Gonna get some candy, BRB. Super duper tired, but I had something very important to try to find. All right. It is exciting. So I'm gonna present in Albany. I think I'm gonna present at a Zoom conference on Tuesday. I've already made a couple of presentations on behalf of the job. I'm tired. I am. Before I got on here, I knew I was tired, but I didn't realize how tired. Yeah, the presentation is for the program, is for one of the programs that I've mentioned that I am a shoo-in to get the job for. Now, I am a shoo-in to get that job right now, but the person who is hiring for the position for that particular thing says, I have a bigger goal for you. So that's the reason why, even though most of my efforts are going towards that particular program, I'm being patient and seeing if the thing that this hiring person envisions is going to come to life. And if it doesn't, then I will take that position and I'll run with that. But we'll see. Oh, I can't wait till Memorial Day. Just not really because of Memorial Day, but just because it's going to be my first real day off. I did one day off because I did mention to my boss my dad's anniversary of his death date being 2 years in April, and I was given that time. So, and I'm tired. Sheesh. I do have a lot of options now. So I think I've told y'all that I've been thinking differently now than I have at any time of my life. So when it comes to the options that I have now would actually not be enough options to make me stay. And that's because before, when I thought about, okay, I have so many options, it basically was just like, unless one of those options is providing me immediate dividends, I don't even consider it an option. It's off the radar. But right now, the option is the growth opportunity. So let's say I take this position and the title only generates me like an extra 5,000 a year. The 5,000 doesn't move me, but the fact that this particular title would be in an administrative position, which I'm practically already doing at this stage, that would finally give me the business piece. Like if I wanted to leave the mental health field and decide to do something administrative, then finally when they say, well, what experience do you have doing this? I could be like, well, I was an assistant director at such and such organization. Hi, Palaver. Yeah, man. I can't say too many bad things about this person. I cannot. I can't say anything bad, really. I'm not saying that nobody is perfect, but that's never what I asked for. I never asked for somebody to be perfect. I never asked for anyone to just like never make any mistakes. But I just appreciate people who do right by me, who are, honest. They do right by me and they're honest people, and they don't say things they don't mean. I'm very simple. I have a small criteria for people to fulfill to be on my good side. Honesty is a huge deal to me. And the funny thing is, right? You can be honest and say something I like, and you can be honest and say something I don't like. And I will appreciate the honesty the same. Like, just thank you for keeping it real. Actually, even this particular person that I'm complimenting, sometimes they say things that I don't like. Sometimes they give critiques of me that I don't agree with, that I don't like. But I just know that Chocolate, we got a celebrity in the building. Hold on. Like, one of the closest people in my life has always been grandma. And the thing about grandma is grandma. I was just telling somebody this today. Grandma is my harshest critic, right? My grandma probably loves me the most of anyone in the history of this planet. My grandma loves me number one, and I can say that because apologies. All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be back on in like 20 seconds. 20 seconds. I'll be back. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, y'all. In the blue, but I'm always glad when you're here, even though I'm thinking of giving you a demotion because you're not here enough. But you know what I mean. At least you're here. So season starts. I don't know how many more Big Brother seasons I'm gonna cover, and I know I say that every season, but I really am at a point where I'm on the brink of not doing any more Big Brother coverage. Multiple reasons. The engagement has never come close to my first season engagement, and takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and now, barring any, unforeseen changes in the future, I have a job that I'm not in my house all day, so I can't sit up and watch the lives, and I have to be up at 8 in the morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning. And there's so many reasons that point towards an end to me covering Big Brother. But I say all that to say that this upcoming season, I'm going to try to make the best, at least in terms of my end of the game. I can't control how many people come and watch, but at least from my end, I'm going to try to make it the best season that I've done yet. I'm brutally honest. I'll take anything as long as it's the truth. How's it going, Palover girl? Probably the reason Mark keeps me on his channel is because I'm honest. I've never seen my name abbreviated like that. He left us alone and still put a whoopee cushion on his chair. Whoopee cushions were not even a thing when you were in school. Okay. But honesty is. Yeah, so the types of talks that my grandmother and my mom have had with me, honestly, nobody really knows how honest my mom is. Like, if you see my mom, she's very quiet and unassuming to most people. Somebody can always be quiet and unassuming when they don't live with you and when they're not your mom. So I'm not saying that she's not quiet and unassuming, but in the house, she was not quiet or unassuming. So multiple instances where I'd put on my clothes or whatever, and then she would be like, "Have you heard of an iron? Like, house like that? Go grab an iron and iron that shirt out. Like, what's wrong with you?" Or she would give an opinion about my grades being too poor, and she'd give an opinion about if I cook something, she tastes it and she doesn't like it, she'll just say that. So I guess that's why I'm so blunt. I'm probably more tactful than her, but I'm also pretty blunt. I don't tend to mince words unless there's money attached to my words. Like at work, I mince words all the time, but if I'm talking to a personal friend, your boy does not mince any words. Okay. Whoopee cushions. I know they still exist. They are not. They're not items from. Just items that lasted into this era. There's plenty of things like that. Like people wearing Commodores. Like, you know when those are from? And then they became popular again. They're selling freaking Tamagotchis. Tamagotchis were created when I was in elementary school, and I have one. I still actually have an original Tamagotchi, and they make them. They make new ones. And I'm like, what? Like, y'all can't create new stuff that is good and popular like that? Sheesh. I am still live. Cass is the Lisa of my new YouTube. Welcome. Let me see. Let me combine the names. Lash. Cass Lisa. Kalisa. I like that. Kalisa. Welcome, Kalisa. Cass was like the first one on my live one day, I think last week, and I was like, what is going on? This makes no sense. I am thrown off. Lisa Wash. Lisa Wash. I'm always nice. People come to me when they want the truth. You know what? That's how it is with me too. Personally and professionally, and even in my family. Like, recently, somebody for some because so here's the thing, right? This is how real I am. If my friend is fighting, I had a real scenario some time ago. One of my friends was having a beef. One of my good friends was having a beef with somebody who I didn't even like. Couldn't care for that person at all. They came to me and said, such and such person did this to me. And instead of being like, I know how that person is, F that person, blah, 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 I was like, give me a full breakdown. What did you say? What did they say? How did you respond? How did they respond? And when I got the full story, I realized that my friend was the antagonizer. And I told them as much. You were the antagonizer. So it is what it is. And they didn't like that. You're supposed to be my friend. And I'm like, but the thing is, I'm not their friend. I'm still your friend. But as your friend, I feel like I have an obligation to tell you about yourself when needed. As you also have that same obligation. Iron sharpens iron. Cass Wash. Lisa Wash. Marshall, Chocolate, Palaver, and Churicity. You got compared to Lisa, R.I.P. Lisa's still here. She might even be on his live. Who knows? We don't know. What's up? Another orange gummy. Stop it. Yeah, so I don't have to go back into my office until Tuesday of next week. I'm so excited. Y'all remember that Saved by the Bell episode where Lisa took I'm not Lisa. I was thinking Lisa because there was a Lisa on Saved by the Bell, where Jessie took those energy pills when she was trying to be in that like dance video. I saw that circulating on YouTube the other day. I was like, childhood memory unlocked. The girls are fighting. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because the math ain't mathin', alright? This Mimi interview, at this point in time, when I started covering Mimi was 2023, I want to say. So by the time she comes back for this season 27 premiere, she should be good to go. I know someone who tells a story completely different. Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. When people want to know an accurate story, a very accurate story, they come to me. When people want a version of the story that favors one particular person, then they will not come to me. But if they want like an accurate, unbiased version of the story, they'll come to me. So that's the reason why I'm usually the last resort. I don't really want to come to Mark because Mark is going to give me just the bare bones truth how he knows it. Ed is like that too. Ed is probably more like that than me. But that's kind of the cloth that I'm cut from. Mark doesn't have bias in this way. I appreciate that, Ma. Even though, even my bosses would say, they're always coming to me to find out how something's not going to work. I'm not a yes, me neither. 10 people in the chat. Chocolate! That's why you're needed here. 10 people in the chat, 5 likes. Make sure to hit the like button because the math ain't mathin', alright? I gained 1 like after that, so thank you for that 1 like. Why is it I don't get half the references you make? Which girls? Me too. I think I know who you're talking about. Excuse as I take my Geritol. Yes, I'm so scared. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, you have, if you know with that reference with Jessie and Zach after she took the energy drink or whatever it was. Have y'all ever watched Zach Morris's Trash on what's it called? Amazon Prime? It's like it takes episodes of Saved by the Bell. Oh, if you liked, say Mimi. Because I was about to say, I'm going to block Cast Wash. 3 sides, I'm sure that's supposed to say. To every story, then the end. But you know what? It's not even about the 3 sides to the story. It's that I can live with human error. Because even if you were present for whatever the story was, you're not going to was in my 20s. Right. Yeah, Jesse. Babe, iconic. I'm so man, I'm so I see 7 likes. I see 6 likes. Someone knows. That looks like the police. If you don't like it, say Mimi. The police is named Cameron Barr. We can't hear. Can't hear anything. Static. ASMR sounds.